Hello everyone and welcome to a special FinTech Wales Meets where I'm here with Shabnam from AGAM and we're going to be discussing what you're up to now, what's next for AGAM and milestones you've been hitting in the meantime. So first of all, people who don't know about AGAM and yourself, Shabnam, tell them a little bit about that.
So AGAM stands for Advanced in Bengali and Sanskrit, so advanced in terms of money. We believe in advancing money and democratizing finance. We are the bridge that works to connect individuals and businesses with banks, enabling them access to funds in real time. So in short, it can mean that if a person is applying for a loan and they have been underbanked or unbanked and they don't earn enough money to qualify for a credit card and they have not been comfortable with the banking setup because their earnings kind of excluded them from the formal lending banking sector, they can now download an application connected with the banks, registered banks, and they can now access to open an account and apply for loans and get a decision in less than 5 minutes.
Okay, so Shabnam, you were a Foundry graduate from season 2.
Yes.
What did the Foundry do for you?
Foundry has done a lot for me, in short. I would say in the easiest way, it helped me pitch better. It led its way to help me to ultimately close a significantly oversubscribed round. So all in all, Foundry had been, a wonderful experience. It felt like a startup school for me. It felt like it's almost always very lonely for a founder to get their direction correctly, to understand what it's like to run a startup. It's an incredibly lonely journey itself. So Foundry for me was the boot camp, the school, the questions where the questions I had, which weren't something I could find in a textbook or on the internet. I was able to get them answered regarding running my business, how to navigate it in immense stress. So that was, a massive lesson that Foundry has been able to provide to me.
Where is AGAM based now?
Right, so we just closed a significantly oversubscribed funding round led by Development Bank of Wales. We are now actually headquartered in Cardiff. We're just based in Windsor Place. Very central, yeah.
Amazing.
We're building up our team. Very excited. Our whole analytics wing will be actually based in Cardiff. We'll also get into a number of collaborative researches with universities as we speak. So fingers crossed.
So where do you see AGAM in 5 years' time, let's say?
In 5 years' time, we envision AGAM to become the doorway to hyper-personalization of banking and democratization of finance, meaning every person, irrespective of what they earn, where they are, in our target markets can access capital, can access finance when they're in need.
Who would you like to thank from your career growing up or has helped you up until this point?
I would say I'd like to thank my dad. He vested his trust in me at a point in time when I was just finishing my law school, and he said, it's okay if you want to take the risk and become an entrepreneur in a field where things were not done before. So yes.
That's awesome. So in an increasingly distracted world, how do you focus on a task? What is your get in the zone routine?
2 things that I do. One is complete silence. Sometimes I take days where I work from home to generate ideas. The second one is I do a process of knowing and unknowing. So things which I already have knowledge on, I kind of remove my, previous ideas and start afresh. And that helps me focus quite well because that kind of helps me with the energy, again, to learn something in a different way. Yeah, those are the 2 things.
That's awesome to come at something with, you hear that a bit in what people describe as coming to things with fresh eyes or having a beginner's mind or seeing things through the eyes of your customer, the thing. So yeah, really cool. What are the positive thoughts that you take? So if you're ever having a challenging day, do you have anything you say to yourself?
The easiest answer to this would be, I tell myself that this too shall pass. Tomorrow is always a new day, and I think resilience is key. So I always know, and I read it by heart, and I remember them by heart. It's like, the biggest businesses were not built in a day. Their founders were almost often at the verge of giving up. They didn't. And the fact they didn't is why they had something so wonderful. So yeah, I keep telling myself that, and
Well, that's thing. I think there's a book like Seth Godin, it was called The Dip, and it was like Yeah, that bit just before, where it could be the low bit, but you're just before the big breakthrough, and you wouldn't know until you push and keep going. If you could use one word to describe relocating and setting up in Wales, what would it be?
Exciting, one word. Because this is helping us to be in the place which is so fast moving, fast growing, and we're part of that growth at the moment, and this is just the most exciting thing ever.
Amazing, brilliant. So thank you so much, Shabnam, for joining me today. If you want to find out more about AGAM, what can someone do? What can they do?
They can Google agam.ai and we'll get to know more, or download our application.
Amazing. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us, and we'll see you again soon.